Hey there, it's David H. Lawrence the 17th. And have you ever wondered why sometimes when you try to change a behavior or get better at something or just make an adjustment, it sticks. It works. You're able to do it. And sometimes it is a bear. It's just horrible. Well, researchers I've read recently have found out that, or determined, I don't know if they found it out, it's a theory. And I really like it. I think it's really great. It's called the self-determination theory. And what it talks about is why we're motivated to change things and what makes those changes actually last. And it turns out that according to this theory, this self-determination theory, there are three things that we need to make sure that what we attempt to do, what we attempt to adjust for the better, get rid of, add, etc., requires these three things. And if we have these three things, well, then everything's awesome. If we don't, it's a real struggle. So the first one is competence. First one's competence. And competence is this idea that we need to experience mastery over our destiny, right? So we need to know that we have some say in what's going to happen in our future and that we are competent enough to do the things that we need to do and not do the things that would stop our future from being what we want it to be. And so competence is the first of the three things, really, really, really important. The second one is autonomy. And it's kind of like competence, but it's a little different. So competence is mastery of our destiny, mastery of our future. Even if we don't really have mastery of our future, we need to feel like we do. So with autonomy, we need to know that we have a sense of control over what we do, specifics. You would think this would be competence, but it's actually the autonomy thing. That we are doing things well and that we're doing things that really show who we are. That we're not being somebody that we're not, that we are us, that we are who we want to be. And that autonomy really helps power the idea that we're on the right track. Yep, we're doing what we're doing. And performers have this in spades because they're constantly saying things like, I'm different, I'm an artist, I march to a different drummer. I'm who I am. Please accept me for who I am, which is great. And then the third one is relatedness. And relatedness is kind of connected to autonomy, but in the reverse. We need to be ourselves. We need to know that we can do what we want to do and be who we want to be. But we don't want to be isolated from everybody else. So relatedness is the idea that we are part of a bigger community, that we are part of the world, that we are part of the tribe. And if we don't have any one of those three, competence, autonomy, and relatedness, it makes it really hard for us to be motivated to change something, to be motivated to do something. And when we do have all three, it makes it so much easier. So competence, sort of the control, feeling of the control. And this is the thing. I'm going to list all three of them in just a second, but this is the thing. We don't even have to have them actually. We don't actually have to have competence. We don't actually have to have autonomy. We don't actually have to have relatedness. We just need to feel like we do. So if we feel like we're competent and we feel like we have control over us being ourselves, and we feel related to the rest of the larger community, that's all it takes. The mind does crazy things, doesn't it? So competence, autonomy, and relatedness. This is all part of what these researchers called the self-determination theory. And I think it's just great. I think that if you have all three of these, if you can generate the feelings of all three of these, you're going to be so much better off. I wonder if this hits home with you. When you started hearing me run down that list, were you like going, oh, yeah. No. Let me know in the comments below. Let me know if there's something you need to work on, if there's something that when you heard this, you're like, that makes all kinds of sense. Yeah. Let me know that. Let me know any questions you might have in the comments below. If you'd like to subscribe to my YouTube channel, you can go ahead and click on my head over there. If there's no head, then there's a subscribe button somewhere on the page. I hope you're watching this on votogogo.com. If you want to see the latest episode I did, go ahead and click on that frame there, and YouTube will play it for you. I'm David H. Lawrence the 17th. I thank you so much for watching, and I will talk to you tomorrow.